Hi, this is Nicholas Bell with Ion Cinema, here to review the Blu-ray release of Billy Liar, which will be available courtesy of Kino Lorber on April 28, 2020. Previously, Billy Liar was an earlier part of the Criterion collection, but it will make its Blu-ray debut on Kino. So, of course, Billy Liar is one of the clutch of titles that came out with the British New Wave, which was from 1959 through 63. John Schlesinger, this was his second film. After A Kind of Loving, he reunites with the same author and screenwriter. Willis Hall was the screenwriter. But the other filmmakers in this group were Jack Clayton and Tony Richardson and Brian Forbes and Carol Rise and Lindsay Anderson. So this is kind of at the end of these kind of British cinema verite films that were comprised the British New Wave. Tom Courtenay, it was a stage version first. Albert Finney played it on stage, but Schlesinger wanted Tom Courtenay, who plays Billy Liar. This is the nickname he gets because he tells so many fantastic stories that are completely made up. He's a clerk that works at an undertaker's office. He's kind of leading on a few other young women, and he lives at home with his parents and his grandmother, none of them who really seem to have much of an affinity for him. The film also is what made Julie Christie famous, even though she's in it only for 12 minutes. She plays Liz, and she's kind of a freewheeling spirit that her relationship with Billy ends up motivating him to leave home. The film is known for a lot of fantasy sequences that Billy Liar has, to the degree where you realize this is kind of a template for films that would later be used to showcase young men becoming sociopaths and psychotic killers. It reminded me a little bit of Malcolm McDowell and Lindsay Anderson's If, or also that famous fantasy sequence in An American Werewolf in London. Christie's kind of fun. Of course, she's much more prominent in Schlesinger's Darling, for which she won an Academy Award, and also the Thomas Hardy adaptation, Far from the Madding Crowd. It's kind of fun to see Tom Courtenay so young as well. The film premiered at the Venice Film Festival, and it was shot by Denis N. Coop, who's, I think, an underrated British cinematographer. He did 10 Rillington Place with Richard Attenborough that I also really liked. I would give the film 4 out of 5 stars, and Kino's release of it 3 out of 5 stars. Thank you.
Hey, this is Eric from MyOnCinema.com. If you want to support us, subscribe below. For more reviews, interviews, film festival coverage from Sundance, Cannes, Toronto, you want to check out these guys on this side.